What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today we are going to be talking about two things. First off, the little future Gohan information here, which isn't really much. It's more puzzling about the date that they give about when we basically know when Gohan's going to be arriving here. But then also, I kind of wanted to go over some of the team ideas that I personally had for the EZA Cell. A lot of people over on Twitter asking, like, do I really need to summon for Gohan? Do I need to be doing this? And all, trying to get certain characters to go for it. Is this team going to work? Is this not? So I want to go through what we know through past EZA events, how easy they have definitely gotten ever since SSJ3 Goku, and just some teams that I personally am going to bring and try to do on video, and then just simply some cards that maybe some people might overlook depending on, what you have, and then also kind of like the, okay, yeah, if you have everything, then, this could be a team, depending, of course, what the future category is, because as of right now, we have an idea about what some of them are going to be, but we don't know exactly what's in the category, because it's like, well, technically you were in the future for that little moment, so technically you were there, but you're not originally from that time. So it depends how technical they get, again, with this category that I mentioned before when I translated the V-Jump and everything. If you missed the translations that I made from the V-Jump and everything, then that is where you can go ahead and check that out. I did all the translations about what we're expecting and everything like that. So let's head over to... actually, real quickly, let me go bring up a page real quick that I completely forgot that I don't have up here on the internet real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we finally got the tab up that I wanted to. I'm going to get to that stuff in just a second. But first off, let's go ahead and take a look. This is in the news right now over in the game on JP, of course. So if you go into the news, it'll be the very first thing talking about a brand new event, a Shin Evento. And it's just like, okay, yeah, we kind of understood that, right? We've never had a future Gohan event before. So just like with Jiren and all that kind of stuff, we're going to be getting a brand new event. Your usual Z hard and Super 2 difficulties. And you'll be able to go in, take on the Gohan. There'll be multiple stages of them. The only thing is that Ultimate Gohan doesn't have many types, or not Ultimate Gohan, Future Gohan, I should say. He doesn't have many types. He's got a physical free-to-play card. He's got the old tech card, which is really outdated. And then we have the new physical one coming. So we can already see that by that, we're probably going to have one physical stage where he is like he is on this rock. Then we're going to have him in his tech form. And then he's going to go physical UR. And then he's going to go TUR physical form. So that's probably what its stage is going to be. Or it could be, physical, two techs, and then two physicals again. Or I'm not really sure. So, and a lot of people are speculating that maybe this Gohan, this free-to-play one, might finally Dokkan Awaken. He's a really old card. Like his passive is like HP is 50% or above. And your attack goes up by like 20%. So it's just like, okay, either he gets a major overhaul and he becomes a, support unit, or maybe an actually decent hitter for a free-to-play unit, or maybe they turn him into a support unit or something like that, or they don't really change much on him, but his, when he Dokkan Awakens, he goes to a Super Saiyan Future Gohan, so you can use that to farm the super attack. Again, speculation here, that's a lot of people are asking and kind of thinking about. It's hard to say, but we will know 100% sure on the 31st at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that's 5 p.m. or 5 p.m. in the evening here in Japan. This is actually this is the weird part. This is next week. This is next week. It's only the 22nd right now. So 7 days from now is going to be the 29th, obviously. And it's only Tuesday right now at the time of this recording. So that means it's not for another week and a couple days, which is just like, okay. So we can kind of expect something tonight at midnight Japan time, which is going to be about 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So by the time a good chunk of you are probably watching this, you're either seeing it already or it's about to come out at midnight Japan time. So just keep that in mind. We're probably going to get, some kind of filler thing where it's just like, okay, we'll get our daily login stone, essentially. Hopefully they also have the daily missions where you can farm up 1 stone a day. That'd be really nice. They need to keep that around permanently, increase it more if they want to, but it is what it is. But we're probably going to get that, something like that. And then we're going to get Future Gohan. Now, again, we only really know his category. We don't know his passive. We don't know exactly what his category leader skill does in terms of, is it 170% up to all? Is it only to attack and defense? Is it only to HP and offense? We don't know what that is right now. We don't know if he's also going to buff other physicals or maybe other heroes or anything like that. We're not really sure. So again, we'll have to keep an eye out for it, okay? And again, if you quickly didn't see the translations that I did right here, the big things I just want to go over is that the fact that the category says Shin category right here, Mirai Hen, which means future, okay? So at future, it's a category for those at a future time. Now, there are a few things that could potentially, you know, maybe cross some details that it's like, okay, well, technically you were here. And again, I mentioned this in my video in a little bit more depth, but just to kind of quickly go over real quick, you know, obviously we're going to get the future Gohan, the evil androids in the future. So the AGL and the physical one are kind of expected to Dokkan Awaken. They might, we don't know. They're orb changers, so they're going to get whatever little boost they get. It's not really going to be that much of a difference right there. But a lot of people are also starting to speculate like, okay, what about, you know, Rose? Because technically Rose is from the future time. At least that's when we all see him, right? We never really see him. We don't see him originally in our normal timeline that we're used to of Dragon Ball Super, of course, at the time. So Rose is known, you know, exactly at the future moment. So a lot of people are like, okay, so he probably is in the category, which then means, you know, we're going to get LR Goku Black and Zamasu in there as well. Future Zamasu will also be in there. I'm going to go over showing a couple of teams that have some ideas for using him. That future Zamasu could actually be very good because even though he's an extreme int type, he mitigates damage. He's really strong when you're at full health. So definitely be pretty good against the Cell and everything like that. So, but then a lot of kind of like wide spectrum speculations are going to be things like, you know, well, technically Vegeta Blue was only in the future arc at that time. Yes, Goku and Vegeta are from our time, but they only did the fusion in the future, so does that mean it's going to happen? Is that into demigod Vegeta that we've had for quite a while, who's still really good, is he going to be able to use in this category? Are there Super Saiyan Blue Gokus that could be used? You know, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of hard to say exactly what they could do. I mean, technically they can make the free-to-play Goku Jr. part of the category, because yes, he is not from Super, but he is from the future. He is GT. GT might not be, you know, canon or anything, but technically, we're all using those technical claims, so yeah. So anyway, we don't really, again, know what the category is going to be in terms of who's going to be on it, but just keep that in mind when it comes to trying to take down Cell here, because Cell, it seems that, you know, of course it says, okay, the way you want to take this guy down, bring the future category to take this guy down. That's all you need to do, okay? Now, of course, a lot of people are going, crap, this means I got to summon for Gohan and everything. There could potentially be a 250 million download special that we're kind of anticipating, or maybe this even is it. We're not really sure. But, you know, a lot of people say, man, I got to save my stones. Maybe I did something for LR Bardock and I got lucky and everything. What do I do? And it's just like, okay, let's take a look at some teams that we can potentially take. So first off, I went into a bunch of team builder tabs here, and we're going to go to the first one, okay? So this first one is kind of just like, okay, if you pretty much have everything, you know, pretty basic int team, because you have to remember, with all Extreme Z Awakenings, it's always been a category and a type, okay? Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he was weak to two things, the Extreme Tech types and then the Revived Warriors. Now, Revived Warriors in any category, basically, is the easier way to do it. It's not impossible, though, with type cards, especially if you have some dupes into them or anything like that, okay? So, again, this was just kind of a very generic, like, okay, I'm just going to throw some random int guys in there. They're all super types. Piccolo will be able to tank probably pretty decently. You know, I know Bardock technically didn't go to the future, but maybe because of Xenoverse and timelines and whatever the case may be, he could somehow find his way on the team. I have no idea. So potentially it's like that. I mean, for crying out loud, Bardock is technically on the Revived Warriors team, and people were making a hoot about that for a while. So anyway, you know, obviously LR Vegito, he is going to be an amazing card no matter what. So again, this is just simply a very basic team that threw together if you have a good chunk of the int guys, okay? But maybe you don't have many int cards, or maybe you've got a couple of these guys, but majority of them you don't. I'm personally going to be trying this team out next, and this is a total in-game team. Now, I put Piccolo out here on the side because maybe you don't have him because you joined later, or some people still don't consider the World Tournament cards a true free-to-play, or whatever you want to call it, essentially. But I did make this team right here. This entire team right here is all in-game, and I personally think that it probably has a pretty good chance, especially because, A, you have this Future Trunks right here. He's a total in-game card that you can farm up from the Future Trunks event. And again, like I said, if technically this Goku Jr. he's technically from the future, maybe not the same timeline as the future Gohan and everything. Again, that's it all depends on how technical they get with the category and everything. He could potentially be in the category. If not, though, he's still rainbow for everyone who has him. So, I mean, he should be. He's come around twice or so. Ginyu, no excuses on Ginyu. Ginyu is an amazing card. You're only going to be fighting one person at a time. So, again, his passive with the whole... if I can actually keep it on there without it going away. When facing one enemy, keep +3, and then attack and defense up 70%. So he's going to be really good right there. He's going to be a very, very helpful. Of course, 16 here will mitigate damage by 55%, which is really nice. I guess technically guard is what happens, but then he technically mitigates. This new Gohan here, he's currently available to farm up right now. He mitigates damage by 30%, and he gives all your allies attack up 20%. That Gohan is an easy must. And then Deborah is from the Baba Shop. So there you go, 6 units right there. And again, LR Piccolo could potentially do some good if you're trying to go for an all in-game team. Again, it all depends if you have him or if you consider him or if you're that nitpicky, I guess. So anyway, this is the team I'm personally going to try. Yeah, they don't link the greatest, but then again, none of these really in-game teams really do. Trunks will be your main guy right there to do some pretty good damage when facing 2 opponents or less. Attack up 70%, so perfect for this event, no problem whatsoever. The Goku Jr., again, same thing. When he super attacks, he gets an addition, his attack goes up by 40%, and he's super high chance for another 40%. Just make sure he doesn't get attacked. Of course, depending if he is in the category technically somehow, then potentially he could actually take less damage. If he's not, he could take a lot of damage because of that 40% down with that super high chance. So Deborah is obviously your leader. In terms of a friend that you'd want to bring, you know, I guess bring whatever super 120%, you know, bring a Int Gogeta, bring a Gogeta or Vegito's LR right here, you know, bring maybe a UI Goku depending on, you know, it all really depends. So, or heck, even bring this Future Trunks if you want. This Future Trunks is going to be really good on this team. But of course, this is the Stone Summon one. I was more referring to also this one as well. Both of them, Future Trunks is technically should be in the category. Again, we'll have to wait and see. So next, going on to kind of more of some other units that I kind of just randomly threw together, but a couple of other ones I really wanted to kind of emphasize that could be pretty helpful. Again, looking at the Trunks here, this guy's a nuker. He changes physical orbs to int orbs, and then for every int orb that he obtains, then he gets attack up 15%. This dude is going to be amazing. Again, assuming he's in the category, 99.9% sure he is, but you never know. Bandai or Akatsuki might go, hey, sucks for you. That's what you thought. So it's just like, oh, well, thanks, guys. So anyway, so that's obviously one big card you want to bring. One guy who I know a lot of people are going to kind of overlook is actually this Goten right here, because he gets an attack up 80% and he has a high chance, not a super high chance, a high chance to mitigate damage by 40%. So a bit of a risk sometimes depending on it, but you can generally tell when he starts to mitigate damage. So that's actually pretty nice. You got some orbs into him. Yeah, actually, he's not a bad card. So again, someone that you might want to keep in mind right there. And then when you try this out, just keep in mind that, you know, you want to make sure that certain cards that are in the category or can mitigate damage, let them take all the attacks, and then have, obviously, your huge attackers go in and everything like that. Again, I'm assuming that Super Int, because you are obviously fighting Extreme Teq Cell, he is going to be, again, he will be weak to these guys. They might not be doing quite as much damage as the category, but again, having someone like Trunks and having some of these other guys from the category, plus some of your strong int types if you happen to have them, then great. Again, like I said before, I'm going with this team. If I can beat it with this team, then all of you can beat it as well. The only person who are rainbow are these two right here, the Goku Jr. and the Ginyu. This guy has absolutely no orbs in him at all. He's SA10. He has all the Past Awaken, but I don't have any orbs for him. He's SA10, Past Awaken, but again, no orbs into him. And Trunks here, no orbs or anything like that. So again, if I can beat it with this particular team, you all can beat it, no problem, okay? Another decent team that you can probably take, oh, that's not the one I want to look. This is the one I want to look at before I get into that future category potentially. This one is more like maybe if you have more villains that are int and everything. A couple of guys, one guy in particular that's going to be extremely useful on this team is this Zamas right here. He mitigates damage by 40%, and if your HP is really high, your attack and defense up goes up a total of 60%. So if you get this guy in the first rotation, not to mention he's already going to take reduced damage because he's in the category, again, assuming it would be in the category, then he is going to he's going to be great guy to bring along. Or maybe if you wanted to do something like bringing a guy who gives only 70%, so maybe bringing Majin Buu or Deborah or something like that to give, or even heck, even the LR Gohan here if you wanted to, because he gives all int types 90%. You could bring him as your leader, and then also bring Zamas and the Future Trunks if you wanted to. Those guys would be great to have together. You know, LR Bojack is going to be no problem because he's just simply an LR. The more damage he takes, the more his defense goes up. So that's pretty nice right there. Again, just keep in mind that, you know, again, I'm just going through a bunch of different int cards you could potentially have. If you don't, you know, it's totally understandable. I mean, heck, half this, you know, I have these extreme guys, but I don't have this Frieza. I don't have LR Bojack. I'm trying to get him, but it's had no luck so far. So again, like I said before, I'm personally going to try this team right here on camera and show you guys if we can beat it or not, okay? And then, of course, the last one is that if you happen to have most of these cards, and Gohan, again, I'm just using the Tech 1 as a filler because we don't actually have him in the database or anything like that, is that, of course, this is kind of what people are hoping is going to be kind of a typical future category right here. Again, I don't have everyone up here that could potentially be on here, but some people that you could definitely put on here are going to be that. And in fact, actually, what I should be doing right now is take away Tech, and I need to go find that Zamas real quick if it wants to load up for me. So where'd you go, Zamas? Because, oh, duh, I need extreme types on. I only had super. Zamas right here. Okay, so Zamas could be another person you could have in here if maybe you don't have Vegeta or you don't have Tech Vegeta Blue. And again, Tech Vegeta Blue could also go for the strength one. A lot of people are kind of hoping that the future category, because again, this is Gohan, if Vegeta Blue is in there and Rose and everything like that, those two potentially are coming back on this banner. If they are, great. I'm not really sure though. Again, we'll know by the 31st, which is next week, okay? So again, if assuming they get very technical or they don't get very technical with the category, this could potentially be a team right here. Again, Trunks is a no-brainer. Vegeta Blue or the STR one are very good options. The Vegeta is technically from the time of the arc when it was happening, so he's not bad. He does only lower attack of extreme types, and of course, when you get to a certain stage in a battle, when it comes to these Extreme Z Awakenings, usually lowering attack doesn't happen, but Vegeta could still be pretty good. I personally have him rainbowed, so we'll have to see what the case is. Of course, LR, Goku Black, and Zamas, if they are in the category, then yeah, bring them if you have them. Rose, best partners with the LR Goku Black. The Int Zamas, again, is going to be a great card right there for you to go ahead and wreak havoc and everything. And of course, Gohan will just be there to be the leader. So, I mean, and he'll probably hit hard because, you know, he's going to be a category leader. So, other than that, though, again, these are all just kind of different ways you can go and look at teams and everything like that. It just, again, this does not mean you need to summon for Gohan if you will need to skip him or you don't have stones or anything like that. This event, I guarantee you, is not going to be as hard as something like SSJ3 Goku. A lot of people have some good int units. Again, tons of in-game units that you can use for int, even if you don't count the LR Piccolo, like I said multiple times already. This is a really good team. This team right here, half of them are blockers, and especially if this guy's in the category, even if he's not in the category, he's going to do just fine. And Trunks will be your main hitter, and it's going to be fine. I honestly think it is. Again, I'm going to try it out. Yeah, of course, with, you know, EZAs, some luck has to be required for certain things, but overall, I think it's going to work out pretty well. So, anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on, what could potentially be coming through this week and into next, right before we finally hit Gohan. What kind of category do you think it's going to possibly be? What team are you personally going to try? Are you going for Gohan? Are you going to try and just destroy him as fast as possible in terms of the Extreme Teq Cell when it comes to getting the future category and all that kind of stuff? Are you going to go more of a free-to-play route like I am? Or are you going to go kind of a mix and everything like that? Again, we'll have to see, but any super int type should be able to take this guy down, no problem. Unless, of course, you're at the very beginning of the game and you don't have any int units, then, well, you'd be skipping cells, EZA, no matter what. So, anyway, guys, again, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, I will see you all in the next one.